Ever wondered why some people seem so full of themselves to the point it becomes toxic? Well, you're not alone. It's a phenomenon known as narcissism, and it's more prevalent in today's society than you might think. Narcissism is not just about having a healthy dose of self-esteem. It's a personality disorder, a complex concoction of excessive self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. But it's important to note that there's a stark difference between someone who takes pride in their achievements and someone who is a narcissist. The former is healthy and necessary for personal growth, while the latter can lead to toxic relationships and environments. Understanding narcissism and its nuances is crucial, as it can help us navigate our relationships better and foster healthier interactions. We're about to delve deeper into this fascinating and complex subject, so stay tuned. Narcissistic personality disorder is not just about vanity and self-absorption. It's a complex and often misunderstood mental health condition that goes beyond a simple preoccupation with self. The clinical definition of narcissistic personality disorder, often abbreviated as NPD, refers to a long-term pattern of abnormal behavior characterized by exaggerated feelings of self-importance, excessive need for admiration, and a lack of empathy towards others. It's not merely a personality trait, but a serious disorder that can have profound effects on individuals and those around them. Symptoms of NPD include an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. But behind this mask of extreme confidence lies a fragile self-esteem, vulnerable to the slightest criticism. The causes of NPD aren't fully understood, but it's believed to stem from a combination of genetic and environmental factors. It likely involves a childhood history of neglect or excessive pampering, as well as variations in brain chemistry and function. In terms of prevalence, it's estimated that up to 6% of the population may have narcissistic personality disorder, with a higher occurrence in men than women. However, many people display some narcissistic traits without having the full-blown disorder. Narcissism can have a significant impact on relationships and mental health. Individuals with NPD tend to belittle or look down on people they perceive as inferior, leading to conflict and broken relationships. Their lack of empathy can also cause significant distress and difficulty for those around them. Moreover, they themselves often experience depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts due to their fragile self-esteem. Understanding narcissistic personality disorder is the first step in recognizing its impact on our society and personal lives. It's not about labeling or demonizing, but about gaining insight and empathy for those struggling with this condition, and finding effective ways to relate and respond. Now that we've grasped the basics, let's explore the different types of narcissists. Not all narcissists are created equal, and they certainly don't all act the same way. Let's delve into the world of overt and covert narcissism to understand this better. Picture the quintessential narcissist, someone who's grandiose, entitled, and constantly seeking admiration. They're the life of the party, the charismatic leader, the one who's always ready for the spotlight. This is the overt narcissist. Their narcissism is worn like a badge of honor, displayed for all to see. They believe they're superior, entitled to special treatment, and they're not afraid to let everyone know it. They thrive on admiration and attention, and they'll do whatever it takes to get it. But what happens when narcissism isn't so obvious? What if it's hidden behind a facade of insecurity, sensitivity, and victimhood? That's when we're dealing with a covert narcissist. Unlike their overt counterparts, covert narcissists aren't typically grandiose or openly arrogant. Instead, they tend to be more subtle, more insidious. They often see themselves as the victims, misunderstood and underappreciated. They're sensitive to criticism, quick to feel slighted, and always ready to play the victim card. However, just like overt narcissists, they have a strong sense of entitlement and a lack of empathy towards others. Covert narcissists can be tougher to spot because their behaviors aren't as overt. They may come across as shy, introverted, or even empathetic. But beneath the surface, they're still driven by a need for validation, a sense of superiority, and a lack of genuine regard for others. They just express it in more subtle and manipulative ways. So, whether overt or covert, narcissists share a common thread of self-centeredness, entitlement, and a lack of empathy. However, the way they express these traits can vary widely. making it important to recognize the different forms narcissism can take. But the narcissistic spectrum doesn't end here. There's more to it. As we move forward, we'll explore even more types of narcissism, each with its own unique set of characteristics and behaviors. So, stay tuned as we continue to delve deeper into the complex world of narcissism. The spectrum of narcissism stretches even further, encompassing the malignant and the benign. Let's take a moment to delve into the world of these two types of narcissists. First off, we have malignant narcissists. These individuals tend to exhibit behaviors that are not only self-centered, but also manipulative and potentially harmful. They have a grandiose sense of self-importance, coupled with a lack of empathy for others. This can lead them to exploit relationships, bending them to serve their own needs and desires. When they feel threatened or challenged, malignant narcissists may react with anger and aggression. They're like a storm, leaving a trail of emotional wreckage in their wake. Now, that's not to say that every narcissist is a destructive force. Enter benign narcissists. These individuals, while still self-centered, tend to be less harmful in their interactions with others. They may exhibit a heightened sense of self-worth and a need for attention, but their behaviors are typically less manipulative and destructive. Instead, they tend to seek validation and admiration, often becoming excessively involved in their own interests or fantasies. However, while their actions may be less damaging, it's important to remember that any form of narcissism can strain relationships and cause emotional distress. So, why does this matter? Recognizing these characteristics can help us identify the type of narcissist we may be dealing with. It equips us with the knowledge to better navigate these relationships, allowing us to protect our own mental health while understanding the complexities of theirs. Remember, no one deserves to be manipulated or treated as a mere accessory to someone else's ego. It's crucial to set boundaries, seek support, and prioritize your own well-being. Understanding these types helps us better navigate relationships with such individuals. Being in a relationship with a narcissist can be challenging, but there are ways to cope. One of the most crucial steps in navigating these turbulent waters is setting boundaries. It's important to establish what is acceptable and what is not in your interaction with a narcissist. This might be a difficult task, considering their tendency to disregard others' feelings and needs, but standing firm is key. Remember, your feelings and needs are just as important. Moving on to self-care, it's an essential component of dealing with narcissistic behavior. Often, individuals find themselves emotionally drained in the presence of a narcissist. This is where self-care comes into play. Engage in activities that bring you joy and peace. It could be reading a book, going for a walk, or simply spending time with loved ones. These activities will help replenish your emotional reserves and equip you to better handle the challenges that come with dealing with a narcissist. Furthermore, it's important to understand that you're not alone in this journey. There are support groups and forums where you can share your experiences and gain insights from others who are in the same boat. These platforms can provide you with a sense of community and understanding, which can be incredibly comforting. Above all, don't hesitate to seek professional help if necessary. Therapists and counselors are trained to deal with these exact situations. They can provide you with tools and strategies to navigate your relationship with a narcissist. It's okay to ask for help. In fact, it's a sign of strength, a testament to your resilience. Lastly, try to maintain a positive perspective. Yes, dealing with a narcissist can be tough, but it also presents an opportunity for personal growth. It can teach you patience, resilience, and the importance of self-love. Remember, it's essential to prioritize your mental health and well-being. You have the right to be treated with respect and kindness. Don't let the narcissistic behavior of others deter you from maintaining your self-worth and peace. Narcissism, a complex personality disorder, comes in many forms. Over the course of this discussion, we've explored the various types, each with its unique characteristics. The overt narcissist, with their grandiose demeanor, and the covert, who hides behind a wall of insecurity. The malignant narcissist, whose actions can cause significant harm, and the benign, who, while self-absorbed, typically doesn't seek to hurt others. We've also delved into the importance of understanding narcissism. Recognizing the signs and symptoms can be the first step towards navigating relationships with those who display these traits. Perhaps more crucially, we've discussed strategies for dealing with narcissistic behavior. From setting boundaries to maintaining a strong sense of self, these strategies can be vital tools in coping with the challenges that narcissism presents. In conclusion, narcissism is a multifaceted condition, and dealing with it requires knowledge, patience, and resilience. With knowledge and understanding, we can better navigate the complexities of narcissism in our lives.